Hi, I'm Lucy and I work as a civil engineer in the rail team. So that involves looking after the tracks, designing the bridges, looking after all of the little things you don't necessarily think about when you're sat on the train.
Hi, I'm Dan. I'm a structural engineer and I design buildings for a living. But most recently, I've been inspecting and working on Blackpool Tower.
Engineering covers a lot of subjects, but it starts with the knowledge of how things work. The heart of engineering is about solving problems with that knowledge to shape a better world. Therefore, we use science, technology, engineering, and maths to imagine, design, make, and maintain anything from robots to machines, roads to bridges, and even computer programs. I remember when I was maybe 14 watching a program about how the Millau Viaduct was built, which is that structure behind me. And I just remember thinking, wow, I'd love to design structures like that for a job. So I think that's what got me into civil and structural engineering. So what is civil engineering? Well, 300 years ago, the name civil engineering was used to separate itself from military engineering, because it's not about tanks or machinery or weapons. It's about civilian engineering, engineering that serves the public. So civil engineers design and build the physical and natural environment around us. So that includes roads, bridges, canals, dams, airports, sewage systems, pipelines, skeletons of buildings, railways, and loads more. Civil engineering is everything you can see in the built environment, but it's also a lot of things you can't see as well. Without civil engineering, life as we know it wouldn't exist. You wouldn't have running water from the tap, no roads to get around, no hospitals or bridges, electricity even.
What can you see here that's been built by a civil engineer? The dam, the retaining wall, the weir, the water flow carefully calculated. The trees have probably been checked by an ecologist. This bridge has been built to be able to go over it, to maintain it, and for passers like me to enjoy the lovely walk.
An engineer had to decide how big all of these things need to be to enable thousands of people to have water, electricity, power and light in their homes and their businesses. All right, we get the picture, but what do civil engineers actually do? They start by using their imagination. We come up with ideas, using that knowledge that we've got of the world, and we try to solve a problem. Then we turn those ideas into reality. And the way we do that is using design. So we put pen to paper and we sketch out our ideas, and we increase the amount of information that we put on paper until we have enough of a design that is ready to be built. And then we build it. And that involves going out to the place where it's being built, whether it's a factory or whether it's on a construction site, and making sure that the people building it are doing it as we intended. Because all of the finished product relies on information on a drawing, and we're human beings. Sometimes we don't get that right. Ultimately, we need to convey everything on those drawings and make sure it's built on site. And then after that, we maintain structures as well. We make sure that they are in good condition. We make sure they're not breaking down, they're not corroding, and we make sure that they're performing as they should be. With the world around us already pretty well established, it's more important ever that we have engineers to decide whether buildings or bridges can be reused or repaired in their future work.
At GCSE, I took art, woodwork, geography, and maybe an extra science. But do what you love, because I could be doing what I do today if I'd have chosen history, drama, music, or food tech. And at A level, I took maths, chemistry, and physics. and that meant that I could use maths and physics to do a civil engineering degree.
Thanks for listening. If you want to find out more, visit ice.org.uk.